Okay, guys, welcome on in to the third ServoCast podcast, guys. I appreciate you guys all coming on in and hanging out today. Much appreciated on that, you guys. So today is going to be another special one because we got two special guests joining us today. We got Nihilistic Nerd and also Patrick's Raider for the first time coming on through. So this is going to be very fun and very unique. So as you guys know, the way how we do it here is that we're going to be discussing about the games here, modern gaming. We're going to be talking about the Game Awards, and we're going to be talking about the positives and negatives of gaming, guys. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So first and foremost, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up Mr. Nihilistic Nerd onto the stream. Nerd, first and foremost, tell us who you are and what you're about, and what do you like to do, sir?
Hi, am I audible?
Oh, yeah, you're good. Yeah, you're good.
Can you hear me? Okay, excellent. I'm Nihilistic Nerd. I play video games and stream them poorly. I also make video game reviews. I really liked journalism back in high school, before it became kind of a joke. But I like the idea of game reviews, like back in the day, Game Informer and stuff like that. I enjoyed those things. And I also really liked old school YouTube video game reviews, Angry Video Game Nerd. A lesser known one that's still my favorite was Mr. Baffa Cake. He did Peter reviews. I really liked that old school YouTube content. So that's kind of what I jive with.
Yeah, I miss the old school stuff too. Don't get me wrong, man.
So much more creative than the stuff we get nowadays. A lot of it feels very sanitized and stuff.
Sanitized on a conveyor belt kind of shit. Yeah, I get it. I really get it. Up next here, we're going to be bringing up Mr. Patrick's Raider to the show. Patrick, tell us who you are and what you're about, sir. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Patrick. I'm an old school gamer. I've been playing the last 40 years. I do game reviews, movie reviews. I stream games live on YouTube. Pretty much I play everything from retro to modern.
Yeah. Okay, so since you're a movie reviewer, what's your favorite movie then so far, or at least your top 5?
Top 5 favorite movies? Jaws is number 1. That's the movie that got me into movies.
That's a good one, yeah.
Jurassic Park, Indiana Jones, the Raiders of the Lost Ark, pretty much nice. Spielberg movies. Then I have to go with the Gremlins. And last, I would say 5 is too much. I would say RoboCop, the original.
That's what I like to hear. Good. Those are some pretty good selections. Classic, man. Classic. I love it. Up next, we're going to bring in the one and only game developer, Mr. Dark Riddler. Riddler, tell us who you are, what you're about, and how you doing today, sir.
Oh, this is a podcast? How you guys doing? How you guys doing? I'm Dark Riddler, CMO of ServoCast Labs, and also part of the creative team who is currently making various a mech game based off of Front Mission Elements. We are currently up on Steam. We actually have licensed it for Sony, Nintendo, and of course Steam.
Yeah, what game is it?
Based out of New York. Yeah. Other than that, I'm a voice actor. I'm a story-based content creator. I am a YouTube partner. And I'm probably the loudest voice probably out of everybody in here.
Nerd had asked, what game is it? You need to hear the name of the game again.
Oh, Furious. You want a link to it? I'll give you a link to it.
Yeah, send me a link. I love mecha stuff.
Hold on.
No, that's what's up, though. That's appreciate for giving us a discussion. Now, up next, we're going to bring another content creator here. One of the most blackest men I know. His name is Save Us Jay. Jay, welcome on into the stream. How are you doing today, Jay?
Doing good. How's everybody?
Doing good. Tell us about yourself, Jay. Tell us about yourself. What do you do? What's your enjoyment? What's going on?
Yeah, so I'm Save Us Jay, or Jay for short, and you'll see me play variety games, Pokemon games. I do a lot of Pokemon games. Right now, not doing Pokemon stuff at the moment because there's nothing really good going on with that. But, I'm diving into more variety. Just finished playing Mario and Luigi, the newest one that just came out. And, that's pretty much it about me. Pokemon and variety. That's what you're pretty much going to get from me.
And that's what I like to hear. And by the way, y'all, everyone that's in this podcast, their social media links is in the description down below. So definitely, please check them out when y'all get a chance. And last but not least, we're going to bring in the most whitest man I know. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Mr. Works for Tips. Yes, what's up, Tips? How you doing today? Tell us who you are.
Basically, the whitest man is not a lie. But, yeah, I'm doing good.
What do you like to do? Tell us about what are your favorite games? What are your favorite hobbies? What's going on?
Well, I mean, for the most part, my hobbies are really just gaming. But I mean, recently I did also just like Jay play through the new Mario and Luigi game. I beat it like I think about 5 days ago.
Nice. Hope that you enjoyed it.
I did. It was not a bad game. Looking forward to seeing what they probably might do with the future of the series.
That's what's up. Yeah, hopefully we see more of that.
Yeah. And I'm sure you guys already know, but me and Spacey are, the multiverses duo.
That is true. We do. We do. That's our game. We try to get the masters of that game, but it's a lot of work, man. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, people play cringe.
Basically, they play cringe. That's all we can say on that. All right. So the reason why, again, I'm gonna explain to you guys again. So the reason why I bring you guys on this platform, because I feel like in the gaming space right now, there's not enough creativity, but there's also a lot of negativity around video games, especially what most people would consider modern gaming in a sense. In the past 5 to 10 years, I've seen a lot of negativity, and I feel as though it's that people just don't know how to express their grievances when it comes to a lot of games out there. Even though if a game could be good to you, it can be terrible to somebody else, but that doesn't mean that the game is bad in any case, case or whatnot. Correct. So I'm gonna go ahead and ask you guys the first question here of this podcast here. So what do you think defines a modern game today compared to the past generations of video games? Any of you guys, if y'all want to go ahead, jump and start, or do y'all want me to go? It doesn't even matter. You know what? I'll go ahead and start. It's not on the podcast. So a modern game to me, what defines a modern game is like bringing a game up to, I guess you could say, modern standards, and when in terms of gameplay and also story. Story can be a complex story as long as it doesn't project any type of identity or whatnot, or what's that word I'm looking for? God, what's that word I'm looking for? Pushing a narrative, basically. There you go. That's what I'm trying to say. Pushing a narrative.
Sorry, my cats are like jumping all over the room.
It's all good, sir. It's all good. So yeah, it's all about pushing a narrative, creating complex stories and also intricate gameplays. At least that's what to me defines a modern game or whatnot. As you guys, if y'all could tell from games of the past, you're like, if you ever played that old school game, like, man, I wish that this game had like modern game mechanics and stuff, which are the innovative mechanics. It's like jumping from tank controls to 3D platforming, or not 3D platforming. I'm sorry, to like modern 8-directional inputs and stuff like that. Yeah. Basically,
pretty much free range, as I would probably just call it.
Yes, and so like I said, what are y'all thoughts on it? We'll go a few Patrick's. What are your thoughts on it?
Well, modern. As a retro gamer, I don't mind modern, but it's more the highly budget titles that I have more a problem with it, where the storytelling is way too linear. I always said the peak in storytelling and gameplay and gaming was the 360 and PS3. You had multiple endings for the most part. Now I love movies, but I love games. It's like I was playing God of War Ragnarok, and I spent 45 minutes following a dude and just listening talk. That kind of stuff I don't like, though.
No, that's understandable. That is very understandable, dude. Like, I get it, because it's all about the gameplay, not just a full feature movie. If you want to go watch a movie, go watch a movie, not do it in a video game. So I get that 100%. Jay, what about you, sir?
What defines a modern game?
Yes, in your opinion, compared to past generation.
Probably better storytelling, if I'm being honest here. I don't. Maybe it's me. I just feel like there's not enough good stories being told. I mean, maybe back then not enough good stories being told compared to now. I've seen a lot now in this modern day. So that obviously the graphics is definitely a big thing too in the modern day. So seeing that seeing that actually progress over time is something I think that's most important here. But also maybe you gotta think about it here. And also like maybe like having that accessibility, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm.
Making sure that everybody can enjoy the games that they like to to play. Because like I said, there's certain things that you weren't able to do back then that you can do now. So
Yeah,
as years go, it's just I think it's gonna be even better. So that's how I see it.
I feel as though, because I feel like the older generation, I'm gonna say it's gonna sound kind of cryptic. They're kind of dying off, but you got to make way for this newer generation.
Yeah.
And like the new generation, yes, they're gonna probably come out with a lot of slop, but it's gonna take a bit of time to mature because it's all about a learning experience.
Right.
So
Exactly.
that's I can see that. Yeah. Dark Riddler, what about you, sir? What are your thoughts on that? So from a man who's a story based man here, yes. So three ask questions.
Modern day gaming is trash. That's my thoughts on it.
That's what
modern day gaming is based on all the wrong things. Modern day gaming is based on who can yell the most and what can they do to profit the most off of it.
True.
That's all it is.
I haven't seen a lot of that.
Now, if I get into games in particular, people gonna get in their feelings. So while I won't do that,
I mean, you want to, sir. You can put out.
Pokemon is trash.
I agree. I agree. Same as Jay, he be taking Nintendo slop. I'll take.
Listen, I'm not sitting here being an advocate for Pokemon. Okay, if people think it's trash, it's fine.
But I can honestly tell you, just based on the whole Gen era thing, in hearing the community and stuff like that, y'all not getting what y'all want. Warhammer, Total War, Warhammer 40K. Y'all not getting what y'all want. I can name so many series where it's just like, okay, it's obvious people aren't being heard.
Yeah.
It's very obvious.
That's kind of the curse of being a fan of something.
And I don't deal in fandoms. Everybody knows that. No, because some people just take it a bit too far.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And don't even get me started on Nikkei fandom. But when people stop trying to play this whole tyranny dictatorship shit, these industries, the entertainment business, and all that, and instead put back passion into what they're actually doing instead of, well, we have a checklist. We have to make sure this is in it. Otherwise, we're going to get backlash for it. I've already sat there and said bluntly, Dragon Age Veilguard's character creation is absolutely trash. I will play it once somebody puts out a body mod.
Yeah, that's fair.
Outright, 100%. I could care nothing else. I could care too less about anything else regarding that game. If I can't get past the character creation, I'm not going to spend my fucking money on it. It's just that simple. But I vote with my wallet.
Yeah.
But I'm going to spend money on the stuff I do like, and I do see, quote unquote, a work in progress, even, indie dev, stuff like that. But I'm not going to sit there and go and make a 5-hour video bitching about it. You see how I just sat there and stated what I don't like in under 5 minutes? Done. Why do I need to make a video about that?
Yeah.
At that point, it's just how can it? It's just beating a dead horse for no reason.
No, you're right. Nerd, what about you, sir? What to you defines a modern game today compared to a past generation?
I feel like I'm a little bit more negative, kind of with Garrett, with the thinking that modern games kind of suck.
No, go ahead.
My reasoning is a little bit different because I think that there's a horrible monetization schemes to make up for lack of innovation and creativity, at least in the AAA space. I mean, obviously indie has its own issues like rug pulls and stuff like that, but I mean, we just get the same stuff over and over again. It feels like a lot of times with AAA.
Oh yeah.
And I know that the pay to win has somewhat seemed to have passed from what I noticed. I don't pay attention a lot anymore, but there's still like just heinous monetization going on, like $40, $20 for a skin set. Like it's insane. And then the output of content, like, oh yeah, we'll put out 30 different skins and we'll put out one new map in Valorant a year.
Mm-hmm.
And it irritates me. But on a positive note, and I do think that there is a modernization of control schemes. I was actually like, I forgot who mentioned that. I think that was actually you. Like, yeah, I'll take my modern controls over tank controls and my platformers and horror shooters any day. So there are positive aspects to it, but I think, as you can tell by my name, the negatives are going to be a lot more noticeable for me.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna add on to that. I'm sorry, Tips. Before I get to you, Tips, I'm gonna add on to that. I was actually in a conversation with a buddy of mine today. We were talking about this. How I feel like with modern gaming, though, modern gaming is very stagnant. And the reason why it's stagnant is because it's us as the gamers, right? A buddy of mine came out and it was like, man, you think a best example from him was From Software, right? In the past, From Software created a multitude of different games such as Armored Core. I believe he said they created a couple, RPGs back then, so on and so forth, right? But then now they're catering to this audience, and the audience is the Dark Souls audience, correct? Or the Souls audience, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And so because they're catering to the Souls audience, they're stagnating because they're only focusing on what brings them in money. And so then he brought up, as of recently, From Software, or at least the head of From Software, really recently stated that, hey, we're going to go back and create other games for other genres and not just sit there and be on the Soul series or whatnot. And I feel as though he is actually correct, because a lot of what you would say modern gamers, they forget about what games that these other companies created from the past, and a lot of modern people now, all they think about when they see From Software is what? Souls. And then when it's trendy, they think of what? Armored Core, because Armored Core is trendy now. It's new, it's trendy, it's flashy to people.
Mm-hmm.
And so, that's something that I wanted to bring up there. And
let me
go ahead.
Let me dive into this. Let me just say this. If you ask some of these people who generally just always just seem like they got something negative to say, what do they actually like? I guarantee you it's something that not even remotely has anything to do with the shit that they hate on. I guarantee you that. Mm-hmm. Perfect example. That's like me saying, I don't like Digimon, but I've never played anything in that genre, like a Pokemon or any of those other, I don't know, all the gotta catch them all type of games that they have. Oh, Temtem. I play Temtem. I actually like Temtem. That's only because they have 2v2 too, but that's another conversation. Yeah. But you really sometimes, but see, when you go into trying to ask those kind of questions, like what they actually like, they never have an answer for you. Mm-hmm. You have all these people talking about, well, my gamer score, my gamer achievement. So anybody can forge a damn gamer score. It ain't that hard to take a screenshot of another person's gamer score, edited it, all that, and just post it on social media. It's not that hard, y'all.
Yeah.
Like I said, sometimes what people need to do on social media before they decide if they want to comment or reply, look at all the replies to that comment. And then ask yourself, you know what? Is that worth me even commenting on?
Yeah. No, you're right.
It's like that one saying, don't mess with us Persona fans. We don't even play our own game.
That's funny.
I don't play Persona, but I've seen people talk about it and stuff. And
I have my gripes with Persona. As much as I love Persona, I have my general gripes with it. I
don't like the social systems, but that's just me, So that's why
I'm fine with the social system. My thing is this. And I think this is just me in general as far as those kind of JRPGs is. If I want to go ahead, I should be able to do that. I shouldn't be stuck because of it. Like, just because I got everything completed, I shouldn't have to go through all the extra unnecessary things. You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I'm already ahead, let me go ahead. If I'm level 20 and I want to fight a level 50, let me do that. That's my choice. I shouldn't be like grounded to just this one part because I have to wait 3 or 4 days to do absolutely nothing but wake up just to go back to sleep.
You gotta socialize.
Yeah.
But it's also just the idea that the whole point of the game is to be like a social simulation. You know, live.
No,
each
and
day.
that's fine. I'm okay with it. But that's what I said. Like, you're kind of missing where I'm going with this. What I'm saying is, though, you do all the social stuff.
Yep.
You're done with everything.
Yep.
At this point, what are you doing? You're not doing anything. So why can't I just skip those days? You see what I mean? It go ahead to the next part. If I've done everything, it's just like I'm just there at that point. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So
pretty much, it's pretty much just like, let's say, you know, let's say you beat the let's just use Persona 4 for example. You beat a boss of an area, and then you know you get the whole story exposition being like, oh, you know, we saved the day pretty much. Now get better, and then you do all this socializing. You'd rather just be like, okay, get better, and then it just like shows the calendar. It just, you're at that point where they're already better.
yeah, but you didn't already did all. Now, mind you, I'm saying you didn't already did all the social stuff in XYZ. Now, keep that in mind. I'm not saying just like, okay, skip over everything. I'm saying like you did all the social stuff. You beat the boss. Okay, let's just move on to the next event. Why am I having to wake up, go to sleep each and every day just to get to the next event? You see what I mean? That's like a waste of like 10 to 20 minutes.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But my other gripe with one of those personas, as I told you and I spoke to you about personally about, was that whole, oh, whoa, we need to make it to the top of the tower. Whoa, oh, you made it to the top. Well, guess what, buddy? Boom. Racist.
Well, they kind of fixed that in the reload, if I recall, from what I hear. I know what you're talking about.
No,
like, here's a whole other 30 fucking floors for you. Like, fuck you.
The whole point of the tower is that you get to that point, even in reload, it'll still block you and be like, by the way, do this, and then, you know, events pretty much will, you know, open that
but
path.
see, and I would be okay with that if it fit to the story. It didn't fit to the story.
I was mainly just trying to be like, oh, well, because Spacey said they fixed it. They didn't. They just kept it.
They kept it.
I heard they fixed it or something, or made it better.
That part will never not be annoying to me about that.
Oh,
like, it was one thing I want to complain about. It's about that one part.
It Tips. While you're going on, Tips, what's your thoughts that defines modern gaming from the past generation's Tips?
Well, I mean, you've kind of already touched on like most of it. You know, a good story, you know, telling, you know, like nice graphics. You kind of really just like need like pretty much like those kind of basics. It feels like, I could also just say this. Modern game, like we've already said, modern games are kind of trash. They kind of are getting to that point, and I don't know. It feels saddening that we're getting kind of subpar games in a way. Some, not all of them.
No, you're right. You're right. Like games. Go ahead, nerd. Go ahead.
I think it would be less annoying if they didn't sell us on bullshit a lot of the time. You know, like it seems like there's a lot of, I don't want to necessarily say false advertising, but a lot of misleading advertising and stuff like that. You look at like
definitely
some of those games are like I don't remember who's talking about having like a non-linear paths, but you see like a lot of games they say they have it, but they really kind of don't. From what I recall, a lot of people's complaints about Fallout 4 was there's a lack of actual like paths to go on. I didn't play it. I did play a bit of it. I'm not a big Bethesda guy. Those games kind of are too clunky for me. But a lot of people complained that there weren't a lot of it didn't feel like you had a choice other than the Brotherhood of Steel, which I guess I don't know if that's actually the case. But I know that there's other games. I can't think of any that
I mean, well, Bethesda style games,
sold me on a lie.
Like with Bethesda style games, it's like, I mean, your choice is your choice, but at the like at an overall thing, even though you have a choice to pick what faction you want to go with or whatever, it's up to them. Like at the end of the day, to choose like what's going to be the main canon faction. You know, like, and it's usually for the most part it's the Brotherhood of Steel, even though they're like not as good either in a sense. In terms of,
so they don't really focus on the other factions. They don't really flesh them out. I think actually, when I think about Elix 2, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Elix. It's kind of like it's a Eurojank game. It's actually really fun. I like the original. Elix 2, you had, instead of the 3 factions, I think you had like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
But in that regard, 2 of the previous factions are basically non-existent, and the faction that I like, the priests, because the priests are cool, they have lasers and stuff, were folded into another faction, a new faction. So it's like you're selling me on 5 or 6 factions when really you still have 3, and 2 of them are basically pointless. Like I'm not a fan of when people do that, when companies do that. I think that breeds discontent with your customers. It would be like if I was being sold a cheeseburger and they didn't put cheese on it. There's gonna be a lot of cheeseburger analogies coming from me, by the way.
Okay, so here's the next question. I kind of snuck this one in kind of late. Now, how do you guys feel about AI upscaling and optimization? For example, here, FSR and DLS, especially when it comes to Unreal Engine 5. And how do y'all feel about that? Now, as you guys know, for me at least, I'm a big advocator that I'm okay with AI upscaling when it comes to people having terrible, let's say, computers or whatnot, and getting a little bit of oomph to help you, game, play that game or whatnot. Correct. But there's been a trend for the past 5 years. I can name several games that uses AI upscaling in order to get me performance out of my game. As an example, I should not have to have a high tier GPU, but they say, hey, in order for you to play 1080p in 2024 at 60 FPS, you have to use FSR or DLS frame generation bullshit in order to get this. Now that annoys me.
Hill too.
Well, that's one of them. The most recent one and the most ridiculous from what I've seen so far is the new Indiana Jones games on PC. The PC specs are ridiculous. This is the first PC game, and I'm looking at I wonder if I can bring the specs on screen. I'm gonna try to do that in just a sec. But looking at the specs here, you need 32 gigs of memory to just get an Ultra. You need a AMD Ryzen 7900X, by the way. This is again at Ultra or whatnot. Even I recommend it. You need a 7700X, and then for the GPUs, right? You need a 7700X. I'm sorry, 7700 XT, which is a 12 gigabyte card. And with all this said and done, right? This is just to target at 1080p, 60 FPS. So again, how do y'all feel about that? Like,
on one hand, I can understand, because you want to get the most out of a video, out of this game with the visuals and all the other shit. But why does it have those specific requirements in order for me to even fucking play the game? Isn't it just like the other game that came out a few years ago that needed like you needed to have like an RTX for that shit? What game was that?
Shit, that's putting you gotta be more specific.
No, I think it's Anthem. I think something like that. Somebody may know. I think it's called Anthem. I could be wrong.
There it is. It's a shooter game, by the way. If y'all want to look on screen right here in the stream, there it is, right there. Look at those specs. That's fucking insanity.
So you mean to tell me? So you mean to tell me I have to upgrade my goddamn graphics card just in order for me to play this shit? That's fucking crazy. You know how much graphics cards are? That's almost equivalent to a fucking console right now. It's fucking crazy.
And like the perfect example of the whole usage of like frame generation stuff like that, it's like something like the Steam Deck, right? The Steam Deck is like a handheld console, stuff like that. I'm like, okay, I can get it. It has an onboard GPU. It might need some upscaling to help it out, get the extra. That's cool. I'm like, that's fine, something like this, but not for a graphics card. Like I was actually gonna buy me a graphics card this past 2-3 weeks. So I was like, what's the point of me buying me a GPU if I got to use AI upscaling and frame gen just to get 60 FPS? That's insane. This is coming from
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Zerrock brought it in chat right now. He's like, our 38 Ti recommended without ray tracing, literally the insanity. And also,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Nerd, how do you feel about that, sir? Like this trend.
Well, I have my notes. I said I have no strong opinions one way or the other because I'll be real with you. I don't know a lot about that situation. So I feel like I don't really have an educated take on it. Though I will say, if this is frequent, like what's going on with this Indiana Jones thing, that's going to be really annoying. I know that Monster Hunter also has the same issue with using AI upscaler as well, I believe. Monster Hunter Wilds, the new one that's going to be coming out, uses some, and you're supposed to, I think I read in an article that you want to hit a baseline of like 30 FPS before, at least, and maybe actually 60 before you start integrating like FDSS or whatever it's called, or DLSS. But I don't think Monster Hunter Wilds naturally does, or something like that. It was some weird stuff. I don't know a lot about it to make a educated comment.
Understandable. I'm a big advocate for because I'm a person who's all into optimization. When I buy a PC game, like here's an example here: Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, which comes out March next year. If y'all don't know, for this game is basically medieval Skyrim in a sense, right? Anyways, though, the main system specs, as y'all can see right there, that is what you call an optimized game for the most part. So if you look how they do it, right? They have low, medium, high, etc. So if you want to play it on high, 1080p 30 FPS is what they're targeting. You need a AMD 5800X or 32 gigs of RAM, 5700X. And the good thing is, so far from what I can tell, is that they don't say you need AI in order to. Because I think this is their own engine, by the way. Because the only time I see like this whole optimization issue come up is when it comes with Unreal Engine 5, because Unreal Engine 5, apparently, from what I read from some people, is that they stated that the devs can optimize the engine, but they're not going to, because they basically letting AI do the work for them or whatnot. And so, for anybody else, what are your opinions on this? Tips, do you have any opinions on it?
Honestly, I find it ridiculous, the amount of AI upscaling needed just for most of these modern games, because it's so sad when you have to rely on AI too much to make a game really at least good. Because I remember, obviously, I watched you play Silent Hill 2, and that was actually sad that probably one of the best PS2 games, if I remember correctly, is just pretty much becoming like, oh, by the way, with this remake, in order to run it, we automatically make a DirectX 12, and usually in order to, and then for us to run this 60 1080, you need these programs that you're probably not going to even want, which I know you didn't do. And it's just like, by the way, if you want to run it on a different DirectX 11, you can, but you won't get 60 FPS throughout the entire game.
Yeah.
Because we're stingy.
You're not wrong. Patrick, do you have any thoughts, sir?
Man, I don't have any thoughts. I'm mostly a retro gamer, so I can't make a great comment on it. But those requirements for Indiana Jones is totally bonkers, though.
Oh yeah.
So let's say it's a Bethesda game, so it's probably not.
I got something for as far as like AI upscaling. I don't agree with it in any other circumstance, but I do agree that some people do need to upgrade their GPUs and their hardware and stuff to play. I mean, gaming is changing. There's no question about that. Like, you can't expect a setup from 5 years ago to be able to hang with the stuff that's coming out now. It's always changing, always ever changing. You have to be willing to change it. Like, they should not have to cater to somebody who has a 6-7-year-old PC. I'm sorry, they should not have to. That's crazy to expect that out of people when the majority are upgrading as they go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel so like you should be upgrading your at least your GPU wise for at least every, because the way how powerful Ryzen processors are and also how powerful Intel processors have become, you don't really have to upgrade your processors too much as of right now. Especially if you're on AMD, because AMD sticks to the same socket for like the next like 4 years or whatnot, and so yeah. When it comes to GPU though. GPUs, yes, I would definitely say you do need to upgrade your GPU at least every probably 3 to 4 years. But the problem with that though is, what's the point of upgrading if you just gotta say, if you're just gonna be like, man, AI upscaling, man, let's go ahead and get it going.
To be fair, I think upgrading your GPU can be every 4 to 5 years.
Mhm.
If you're willing to play a game on low settings or maybe adjust some settings, it might not be as flashy and nice, but if you're a budget gamer and you can't really, because I like we established, GPUs are really expensive. I mean, like I'm playing with a 3060. I think it's a Ti. I don't remember, but I can't play and my stuff looking the greatest. So I'm willing to put up with 30 FPS. I'm not one of those people that gets my panties in a bunch over 30 FPS, especially when I'm not playing a PvP game. I think a lot of people just have to suck it up. Sometimes they're going to be playing and the game's not going to look quite as nice as the trailers.
Yeah,
that is true.
That is very true. So I'm just going to go ahead and ask you guys a curveball here, because this is gonna be a fun one. It might be kind of spicy one here. All right, do you think that influencers and streamers represent the average gamer and their voice?
Hell no.
No.
I can't believe you even asked that question.
Hey, that's a curve. Hey, apparently, some people like to follow they big daddy content creator or big booby female content creator, and that influences the way how they live life and shit. So there are people out there.
I mean, if they let somebody else dictate how they live their life, they're an idiot. It's just that simple.
Hey, like you got to go in and expect to disagree with someone. It's like people that take.
Ain't no goddamn way I'm gonna sit there and dictate my life just because somebody else told me what they think I should be doing.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got to say about that.
Riddler, you should play SMT now.
Yeah.
What is that?
Oh, my favorite YouTuber says that Valorant is the only good hero shooter game. Now I only play Valorant.
and Xerox, you're
like,
right,
do you
bro.
realize how that sounds? How you just said that? Do you realize how that really sounds, bro?
And Zorak, you're right though. It's like little tribes and little clans. Yes, everyone has their own tribe, has their own clan, and they tell you how to do certain what to enjoy in life, or what to do, or what to play in life. This is why I talk. Like we don't have a lot of leaders anymore. I'm gonna say like this, plain and simple. There are not a lot of leaders anymore. People don't. There's no more individualism, basically, in that sense. People, they like to say, like, back in the day, yes, we used to get all our information from like what do you call it, journalism and stuff like that. But nowadays, like I don't even get my information from journal. That's the thing that kind of irks my nerves. Like everybody's like, let's not pay attention to journalists, guys, or whatever. But then they still pay attention to journalism. Guys, go ahead.
When you think about it, YouTubers and journalists, when they come to video game reviewing, they both can very much suffer the same biases and stuff. Obviously, like in different ways. Like some YouTubers, they're definitely not going to make it political like certain journalists will. But like it would be like if I went to go review Fortnite. I hate Fortnite. Why would you listen to a review about Fortnite from me unless it's a joke? It's like it's one of those things where you can't just take your, like, as a consumer, you have to look at other reviews. You can't just scroll down on Amazon, read this product is great, and decide this product is for me. You have to read the 1-star, 2 stars, and 3-star reviews as well. Like, you have a responsibility as a consumer to utilize the options available.
Mm-hmm. Nah, I definitely agree with you, dude. 100%. Does anybody have any thoughts? Any more thoughts on that? On influencers influencing people and their habits in the world?
I don't think so.
No.
All right, I'm just making sure.
Influencers.
It's like I tell people: follow your dreams. Don't follow me.
All right.
Riddler, what if I want to follow you?
Welcome to. I tell you now, I'm not a role model. I tell you that.
All right. So now, with that said and done, because I just throw a little small curveball in there, game of the year, at least this year, 2020. How do you feel about game of the year? Now, I don't take game of the year seriously, like apparently like a lot of other folks do. But how do y'all feel about it? Like, I'll go ahead and start right here. Some of those picks for the actual game of the year, they're trash. And the reason I call them trash because I would have had Warhammer 40K in there. I get that everybody loves From Software, but we don't need their Elden Ring DLC in there.
Why the fuck is the DLC in the game of the year?
Because
I get that it's kind of, if I remember correctly, like a new story in a way. I forget. I have not played it yet.
I think it's biased. I think they have some type of weird bias when it comes to From Software. And I mean, I get that they won last year's, right? I think was it last year since they won with Elden Ring, or I could be wrong.
I think Elden Ring won last year. Yeah,
Elden Ring won last year.
Yeah, so I feel like it's a lot of bias towards From Software because otherwise, because there's no reason why you should make an exception for a DLC. It's again, go ahead, Tips. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Elden Ring won last year. The
Yeah,
Baldur's Gate won last year.
I mean, I'm sorry, Baldur's Gate won last year. The year before last, Elden Ring won.
Elden Ring won 2 years ago.
Was it 2 years?
Yeah, it was.
Well, it was like 2 or 3 years ago. I don't know because it's like
it was after The Last of Us, Lord forbid, won.
Last year was Baldur's Gate 3 because I remember that they had.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Baldur's Gate. Yeah.
Which I will admit that was a good game.
Baldur's Gate was a good game, but it just sucks how they shafted Larian because he let his homies sit up on stage for 30 minutes, but let Larian sit up there for 10 seconds. So, I think that's why I think it's a bias. That's what I don't really take the whole Game Awards shit seriously because it's a whole bias. Like, I mean, our choices don't matter at all. First off, go ahead.
I'll say that the fact that they have made an exception for a DLC when they haven't done that before shows that they don't really have any cemented rules. Like there should be like I don't know how they run the things. I from what I understand is they go a lot through media. So they go through like Forbes, Game Informer when it was a thing, Kotaku and stuff. But the fact that they're willing to bend rules shows that is there really that much integrity in the Game Awards? I've always considered it more or less the Oscars, but for nerds. It's pointless.
Yeah.
It's just circle jerk.
Yeah. Because I'm looking at it here, me personally, I have not played Black Myth Wukong. If it's a good game, it's a good game. I'm not going to judge it. I can't judge a game I haven't played. See, that's one thing that I dislike from a lot of quote unquote modern gamers that they base their opinion on somebody else and they look, I guess you could say looking at a gameplay trailer, like I think I always say this to other people. Looking at something is a lot different than actually playing it. Mm-hmm. Hell,
absolutely.
I've tried telling people that they don't want to believe that.
Even if you I would rather have you pirate it than to play it to get an idea of what it's about than just to sit there and say I don't like this game because I looked at it or whatever. It's a whole different feeling, Mm-hmm. And I personally try to tell people this a lot, So like when it comes to Black Myth Wukong, it looks like a great game. Don't get me wrong. I haven't picked it up yet. I will probably sometime next year because I got a whole bunch of other games to play. I'm trying to knock out of the way. Metaphor was a game that I played. That I beat that after 110 hours, but in game it says like 67 hours, 68 hours, something like that. I enjoyed it, So I'm like, that's an interesting pick. But my other question is like, the thing that kind of rolls my eye, like I roll my eyes at, is fucking Astrobot. Y'all put motherfucking Astrobot on there? The most basic goddamn platformer in existence?
You put a card game Balatro in there.
I mean, yeah.
Didn't Marvel Snapped win one year for mobile game of the year? Like, yeah. I mean, I'm biased because I hate Marvel, but also it's like a freaking Hearthstone clone, right? Like,
yeah,
it's I don't know. I find it's just a joke.
Now, Jay, you brought up Balatro. Now, I'm not a poker person, but I feel like if you were to look at the Steam, right? I didn't know what Balatro was until like I think Hal bought it, but even that our buddy Hal barely talked about it. But if you go to the Steam store,
about anything.
Yeah, because he's on to the next game already automatically. But yeah, if you go to the Steam store, I mean, I don't. I'm gonna be honest though. I don't mind. I don't get the issue with people being mad at an indie game becoming game of the year. I don't get that issue.
I don't think it's that. I mean, maybe I could be
I
wrong.
think it's just
here,
the fact that it's just a card game.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's a card game. Like that. Okay, here's my thing. Here's my take on it.
Okay.
With these nominees here, I don't think Balatro should be in there. I definitely don't think Elden Ring, a DLC, should be in there. Obviously, and maybe Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, because it's. I mean, even though I feel like it's a standalone game, it feels more like for me, it feels more like an extension. Yeah, like a DLC in a way. So I'm pretty sure there's other games that's definitely Game of the Year worthy. But honestly, I think this is probably like the weakest lineup we had for the Game Awards for Game of the Year, in my opinion.
I agree. And Xerox stated that it's games from all access media. I think it's a whole bunch of media selection of conglomerate or whatever, different media outlets or whatever. And there's a lot. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Other than probably Metaphor and probably Black Myth Wukong, I'm not. And then keep this in mind, I'm not even hating on Balantro, by the way. Keep that in mind. There's probably a lot better picks that should have been on this list instead of the other four or whatever.
I haven't played any of these.
Like I haven't played Balantro either. I haven't played Final Fantasy. Astrobot. Go ahead, sorry.
I will say this with Balatro. I have played it. It's not bad. Its whole gimmick gameplay rather is very simplistic. It's pretty much just poker roguelike. In a way, it's kind of fun, but it kind of loses its a bit of its fun factor. Like maybe the first few times you play it.
No, I get that. No, but keep this in mind for the people in chat. I'm not hating on Balantro. Keep that in mind. I'm not hating on it. I'm just saying, like, it's fine. It's a card game. It's fine. I'm actually kind of shocked that they chose that game. I would have chose Space Marine 2. Or I actually probably would have chosen Fighter what do you call it? Sparking Zero from Dragon Ball Z to be on the list. I'm
surprised that Space Marine 2 is not on this list.
It's not on the list because what I believe is masculinity, and it promotes in the sensitive folks the toxic masculinity of gamers or something like that, and that's why they didn't put it on there. But that's a whole different conversation for that.
There were a lot of contenders. Like, I mean, Helldivers 2 had its own issues. I think it's in a different category. I don't know if I'd put it on there, but you got like Dragon's Dogma, which also had its own issues. But like, I just some of it just seems like recency bias too.
Yeah,
you think so?
I haven't played any of these games, so I can't take any. Like, I can't like make any confirmation. Yeah. But I feel like Metaphor looks just like a different Persona to me.
It looks like it, yeah.
It looks like it. I've never played it, so I can't make a statement. And again, I'm not a fan of Persona games, so like I'm incredibly biased here. I would be like, I'd love to play Final Fantasy VII Part 2, but I don't have a PS5 and I'm not buying one, so I can't say how different it is from the other one and why it should be on there or why it shouldn't.
Okay. No, that's fair. That's fair.
I just some of these feel like recency biases though. Like we had a full year of releases and there are some decent ones out there, but
sorry about that. No, you're right.
Yeah. Do we know what these games that they get, like these nominees, are based off of? Like, how are they selecting these games?
It's done through a cabal of syndicates. Yeah, it's games media.
Oh.
A whole bunch of different media. That's what I said. Our choices, our votes don't really matter where shit.
They never did.
Yeah, exactly.
The on the opposite end, you have like the Steam Awards, and the Steam Awards are stupid because there's like no actual rule. It's all based on popularity polls. So like you'll get like things that shouldn't be in a category in a category. Like you'll find Red Dead in a role-playing game or something like that. It's there's a lack within a lot of these gamer award shows that there's no like actual set rules and stuff like that. You know, like having a base to start on is going to determine how well your list is going to work, right? Like a top 10 list of RPGs, I can't include an FPS in there. And it's pretty much what happens with the Steam Awards.
Yeah.
And then in this one, we have to rely on games media to make the choices for us, and then we get to vote. It's like just like the election. I have to choose between what the other people chose.
That's actually fucking funny, dude. But yeah, it's just like, man. Oh, this is just better. This is some better shit. That's all I can say. There's just some better games out there.
Mhm.
I mean, don't get me wrong, man. We had 2024 was a year. You know, I guess you could say COVID happened, and it took development of years. A couple people, couple years to get shit going. But this year was a good year for the most part.
I think it was a very good year. There were a couple stinkers. There's always some, but I think it was very good, especially from the last year or two.
Yeah. Yeah, like, and it's like I get it, and it's like I keep telling folks, like, not every game, and this is for anybody in chat. Look, a game can be bad, but not every game is going to hit for everybody. Like, quit trying to appease, get it every fucking game that comes your way. Not every game is going to be your game. You don't have to play every single game out there that comes out in your eyes. If you want to skip a selection, skip a selection. Just because example, Power Rangers Readers Rewind. I mean, I ain't gonna pick that game up, but give it as actually let's make Indiana Jones. I'm not an Indiana Jones person. Patrick's Raider, he'll pick it up probably because he likes Indiana Jones, maybe. But I'm not gonna pick it up because I haven't jumped to the series like that, And so I'm not gonna. But here's the problem: I'm not gonna sit there and say, "Well, this game is trash" because I haven't picked it up yet. I don't know. Not every game is gonna hit for everybody. Now, probably maybe a year or two down the line, when it's probably about $10. $20. I'm like, okay, check it out, see what it's about, and that's what it is. And I think everybody has to start realizing that, like, not every game is going to hit. We bring up, let's say example, Dragon Age and Velgar. We always bring that game up, right? As a person who played the Dragon Age series, correct? I've always felt like the Dragon Age series, the Velgar is a great game, but it's a terrible Dragon Age game. Versus Fallout 4. Fallout 4 is a great game, but it's a terrible Fallout game. But the only caveat that saves Fallout 4 is Bethesda in their modding scene, because us as the gamers have to fix their games. That's the reason why I bought Starfield. Well, I have yet to buy Starfield because I know it's going to take another 5 years for Bethesda and for the modders to get get their shit going. Basically,
I don't think the modders even care about Starfield anymore.
Go ahead, Tit.
Isn't Starfield that one game where the creator it's just like you need to have this graphics card to play it, or is that a different game?
Yeah, he was like, maybe you need to upgrade your PC or something like that. It's I played it like at launch and it was mundane. Like,
here's my question: Was it optimized?
No, no. Go ahead.
You needed an SSD. I tried running it on an HD drive like an idiot. It performed horribly. It ran better on the SSD. The performance was okay. I mean, it's a Bethesda game. They're not known for being very optimized, but it's still like it ran okay once I put it on the SSD. Look, I was a dumbass and put it on the SSD.
So let me ask this then.
Okay.
You have to run Call of Duty on the SSD, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You do.
Okay, so what's the difference between doing it on that and doing it on Starfield?
Okay, so
like why are they not complaining about that? Then?
So the thing is, okay, in that kind of sense,
I'm not mad about the SSD.
Exactly.
I
think it's just people just be angry because it's Call of Duty gets its way because it's Call of Duty, But also another thing too is that people are expecting more newer games though to be on the SSD. Mm-hmm. I believe. Like when I look at Bethesda, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Starfield still uses its same engine from fucking Skyrim. It does. It's updated. I don't think that game required an SSD. Truth be told,
if you run it on the HD drive, it runs really bad. Like I did it myself. The SSD makes it run smoother. It's still not the smoothest experience because, again, like I said, we've established Bethesda isn't great at optimizing, but it runs significantly better on the SSD.
Yeah,
I will say that. Like, if it actually had fun gameplay and stuff, like, hey, it'd be actually a decent game at that point,
And same as Jay, you are right. You are right, sir. If you guys are enjoying this podcast today, consider liking and subscribing, y'all. Appreciate that. And if you want to, become a member to the channel. Just say it. But now, okay, so
or else Tracy will give out kisses.
No, that's Jay's job. That's his job.
My job, no.
Okay, so this actually kind of goes on to another question that I had asked a little bit earlier, right? And this has to deal with creativity in gaming. Okay, so but what's going on in the game industry? Do you believe or think that the game industry has lost its creativity?
It's dead. I've been saying that for 2 to 3 years.
And I'm gonna tell you why it's dead. I'm gonna tell you why it's dead. It's dead because of you. When I mean of you, the gamers. So I say this because gaming industry can't innovate. If they try to innovate, let's make an example here. Let's actually start with a series that everyone knows and loves from most. So let's start with the Mass Effect series, right? Mass Effect series, everybody loves every entry to that game series, correct? Now, if you played the series, no, from 1, 2, and 3, correct? So let's say Mass Effect 4 or 5. Let's say they tried to turn it from a RPG, action-based RPG to a real-time strategy game, right? That's called being creative because they're trying to change it up and change things to, maybe drive interest, right? But gamers aren't going to like that because it induces what? Change, And so when they try to innovate and change that, gamers, like, nah, fuck that shit. That's garbage. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna pay for that piece of shit kind of genre or whatever. That's not Mass Effect. That's not my game. Whatever, right?
If it's a total different like story or whatever, then yeah. That's why I don't agree with the Final Fantasy remake nonsense, because they changed up the whole mechanic just to appease people.
But though, what if?
And then niggas didn't even want it. That's the fuck part about it.
But here's the question though. Here's the question: what if they kept the story the same, but they just changed how the gameplay was?
The story is the same.
No,
Final Fantasy remake is
Final Fantasy. No. I'll say for Mass Effect in my example.
If they kept
they kept the story same, but let's say they made an XCOM based gameplay. Let's say it's still Mass Effect with cutscenes and everything, but they kept it.
I think that
that's just what Final Fantasy remake did. It's still the same story. It's just they just added extra steps to the game.
Here, let me actually rephrase it. What I mean by story is continuation of said story from the series. Mass Effect 1 and 2, those stories are already done, correct? That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Mass Effect as an example. Let's say they turn Mass Effect 4 into, I'm sorry, not Andromeda's 4. They turn Mass Effect 5 into a turn-based strategy game, right? But they kept the story flowing in the lore and shit, basically. Would you accept that change?
No.
Now,
because
why would you?
You're still messing with it.
Same story, but different genres?
No. It's the same story, but a different game engine is what he's saying.
No. We're talking no, what Jay said. Same story, different genre. Same story, different genre. So, again, think about it like this. Mass Effect is still Mass Effect in terms of story, correct?
Yeah.
But they made something like Gears Tactics. It's Gears of War, but they changed to an XCOM style gameplay. Would you accept that? As in, your character, you have a squad-based combat where your characters can choose their new biotics and shit, whatever. You can customize your own character.
Well, then, yeah, because that's just expanding. That's expanding at that point.
Well,
okay, yeah. So
I think it.
Go ahead.
My personal thing would be like, if you're going to change it vastly, like you have your core fan base that likes the games the way they are, and they're going to complain if you change it like that. So I feel like if you're going to try to do something where you branch out into being more creative and stuff, keep it in the same universe, make a budget spin-off title. Like, and I'm not saying budget like cheap, make a spin-off title for like $40 to gauge interest, because
I agree with
an XCOM style Mass Effect game could do really well because it sounds interesting to me. I don't even like Mass Effect, but I'd be more likely to play an XCOM style Mass Effect game because I like XCOM.
But you know what's a better example of that though? I should have actually brought this up. Was the Yakuza series. Yakuza 1 through 6, or from 0 through 6, was all action based. And then whenever 7 came out, they turned it to a JRPG.
I saw that.
But they changed the whole story too, though.
Well, no, the story continues. The story continues just with a different protagonist, because each of our stories is technically done.
It fits with the character, though.
Yeah.
Metroid's another example.
I think it'd be like, imagine if you were telling the story of who's a popular character. That story. I'm trying to think here. You just tell the story of Shepard. Or you're just going back to Mass Effect. And then in Mass Effect 2, all of a sudden going to a massive tonal shift to something else completely. It's going to throw people off who enjoyed 1. But now if we created a new Mass Effect Andromeda. Now, say if Mass Effect Andromeda was a turn-based strategy, it'd be a little bit more intriguing because it's different. You're telling a whole different story. I think doing a switch in the middle of an arc would be kind of like a
Bless you.
Thank you.
whiplash, you know.
Well, it's really interesting that they did that with the Yakuza series, but the
They
only
did.
caveat though is that they gave the original players what they wanted though, and that is they say, hey, we're changing this series now to a turn-based RPG series, but the Judgment series though, and our side games though, are going to still say the action-based, which is why of course Ishin and also the man who lost his name, and then of course the pirate ones coming out are still action-based now.
Yeah.
But the whole point though is that I feel like stuff like that is kind of stifling creativity, because when they want to change shit, gamers, they get angry about that, because it's like you said earlier, they like, you're fucking with your core fan base, it's like you said earlier. But I feel as though we have to allow some acceptance with change. Now what you said again too though, if they were to create side games to kind of gouge interest, to do that, then that's cool, because you have to take risks. But us as gamers, we don't support enough, because it's like, well, no, it's trash. Example, XCOM Chimera Squad. Now you guys remember, for those who played XCOM 1 and 2, y'all know how that series was, right? You create your squad, create your characters, stuff like that, and you go out and fight aliens, whatever, right? Now now they came out with XCOM Chimera Squad. I think that game was like $20 in the drop or whatever. And for $20, they gave you a pretty handcrafted story, but the gameplay, you couldn't create your own squad. These characters were already like kind of preset or whatever, right? They already had their story in there, and so on and so forth. Still a phenomenal game, but a lot of people didn't really accept XCOM Chimera Squad as that new game. They're like, this isn't XCOM 3. What are we going to do with this game?
Yeah. Well, from what I understand, I asked a buddy of mine who loves XCOM. He said it was really poorly optimized on launch. Not that it's a very big deal when it comes to a turn-based game, but it's another issue that we have is people releasing games that, stutter and stuff. But I get it. What, other than the pre-made squad, what did XCOM Chimera Squad do differently? I mean, a better example, I think, would be the XCOM game the Weird Inc. people XCOM game, the first-person one. I think it was XCOM Declassified.
Yeah, that one.
That game, it could have been interesting. I've never played it, so I don't know how bad it is, but at least the setting and stuff looks somewhat intriguing.
I don't think it's bad. I just think the gameplay, people would accept the gameplay changes, because it's like this after you play didn't that game come out after Enemy Unknown, right?
I think it came out before Enemy Unknown.
We gotta look that up, because I think it's one of those things where like it either came before or after. You gotta look that up. We gotta look that up. That's interesting now that you talk about it. But Enemy Unknown, let's see. Enemy Unknown Within. Enemy Unknown came out in 2012, and the other one's called XCOM Declassified.
I think so. I don't remember. Oh, yeah, it's the Bureau or something like that. The Bureau XCOM Declassified.
Leave, because I gotta get some stuff done before I head to bed.
No, go ahead, Tis. Thank you, Tis, for joining. I appreciate that, man. You have a good app.
Thanks for letting me have me on here.
No, not a problem, dude. You have a good one.
You too. Later.
It was so Declassified came out a year after Enemy Unknown. So it's like,
oh really?
So it's a stigmatism there. XCOM Enemy Unknown came out, but people didn't like the whole gameplay change to Declassified, because I think another thing too is that the story kind of put itself as a prequel series, which is not too bad, because it kind of gives you like the idea on how like the new lore or series is going or something like that. But that's just how I see it. But my whole thing is like, I feel as though, yes, creativity is stifling because people don't like certain changes. Like I do agree that you don't want to deviate from the core, from the core. Let's say it's like making from Dark Souls into a turn-based RPG or something like that, right? You don't want to deviate like that. But if people were more accepting of side games of the main series that they enjoy to kind of like test the waters, I think that's a good thing. But a lot of people,
just not even just side games, like just playing new IPs in general. Like there are so many people who are overly cautious, and I can't blame them, because there's no guarantee that a game will even get support after launch.
Yeah,
they're shutting down X Defiant soon. Oh yeah, game barely lasted 6 months. So it's at least with single player games, you can hope that it's complete on launch. But people should also be more receptive to potential new games. Like, I mean, one of my favorite series is Xenoblade Chronicles X. Only came out on the Wii, barely even came out on in the United States, and it got support. You know, people liked it, and now we're getting a remake of the most underrated game in the series in March.
Yeah.
It's you have to. I mean, it did have. Sorry, I'm going off topic.
No, go ahead.
You have to like look at things other like if I only played one type of freaking game, like if I only played Call of Duty and refused to play any other game, like the new weird Chinese one, I forgot what it was called. It's under a lot of BS, but like Delta Force. Like Delta Force could be good. It has a terrible anti-cheat in it, but like, you know, if I don't try other things, I'm not going to be able to like learn about this stuff. Like I feel like there is actually an okay amount of variety. It's just that a lot of those things that they don't get enough support. You know, they shut down quick. They go under the radar. We're at a time where, especially now that we have AAA and Indie and AA going simultaneously, there is a lot of game releases. We're missing a lot because I'm only going to play Call of Duty and Battlefield. I'm only going to play Overwatch for my hero shooter. I'm only going to play Final Fantasy for my RPGs. There are so many options that people don't take seriously, and then they complain that there's a lot not happening in the industry. And while that is true to a point, that's mainly because we only see the shit that rises to the surface.
Yeah. No, I can see that. No, yeah.
I mean, if you don't go looking, you can't find them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like every so often, I'll just like I said, I like mech games, so I'll go on Steam. I'll look up mech. There'll be 2 or 3 new mech games every couple of months.
Yeah.
Some of them are like hell yeah. Some of them are like, this is just a shmup with a mech in it. You know, it's like, you know, like
you know,
but it's. You gotta try. You got like if you're gonna be a gamer, you gotta put some effort into at least looking for something that's really interesting.
Yeah, Jay. Speaking of you, Jay, effort. Where's my XCOM 2, Jay? Where's my other games, Jay? No,
I don't know where it's at.
No,
I don't know where that shit is. I don't know where that shit is.
Hey, Patrick? What's your opinion on this creativity or its lost creativity? Because I know you're a man on retro games. You know, you stated that earlier in movies. But what's your opinion? Like? Go ahead.
It's really restricted. It's not creative, especially AAA. But the huge budgets doesn't help a lot, so nobody's taking risks. Everything seems the same. Like I was open-minded to play Star Wars Outlaws. I hated it at first, but it grew on me. But it does everything that every other game does, but not great. So it's like it feels a little bit more generic on that side.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
But there's, like Nerd said, there's plenty of things out there. Like one of my favorite games this year is Hollow Body, is pretty much, and I prefer that to Silent Hill 2 remake, and it's like Silent Hill 2 but cyberpunk a little bit. So, and it was made by one person. It shows, but I had a lot of fun with that. So
yeah,
there are things out there that are pretty creative and that helps a lot. But it's been like that since like the 4 or 5 years that I used to be a huge fan of Sony's, but now
Sony they definitely stifled Sony fucking stifled because they only focus on what The Last of Us now, God of War, another God of War. You know, they you gotta get where I'm going with this.
And The Last of Us.
The Last of Us again.
It showed when they closed down a lot of their studios from Japan. They lost a lot of creative instincts there. Yeah. I miss when Sony tried a lot of stuff. Before it was like they had platformers, they had The Last of Us, they had they were more varied in terms of gameplay. Now it's pretty much narrative stories over the shoulder. It's like follow this person for 2 hours, listen to that person talk. For people who like narratives, it's cool, but I definitely love the mix of narratives and gameplay. And on that side, Sony kind of lost me on that one.
And this is and that's why I kind of bring up like of course we can always bring up the past. The past. I always bring up 6th gen. 6th gen we had PS2. PS2. I think Dreamcast part of that. GameCube, original Xbox, whatever. Right. Back then we had AA, we had AAA, we had first party, whatever. A lot of game developers. Game development took like what 2 or 3 years per game or whatnot, or less than that. Rockstar was able to put out 3 GTAs at that time, stuff like that. And I feel like we need to go back to that era of game development. I don't care for big budget, big graphics. We need to push graphics further into ray tracing or whatnot. We need to bring back that era of creativity of trying, in a sense. I feel like that's what we basically need, because back then we had a variety of their games. You had games like Radiata Stories. You had games like Oni. It spells like Oni. I think it's been a year since I played the game. We had games
Sly
like
Cooper.
Sly Cooper, State of Emergency. We had a lot of those games back then.
Crackdown.
And those are AA, and those are AA or AA games back then. Nowadays, the AA scene is going away, and we need to got to bring that feeling game. I'm not gonna say developers. I'm gonna say publishers, because it's really on the publishers. The game publishers have to bring that back, because we don't need the same copies of Last of Us. We don't need the same copies of Call of Duty. We need to have different different development teams trying out different things. Let someone take Call of Duty, for instance, and make it to an XCOM turn-based strategy game. Let someone take Warhammer and turn it into a MOBA or something like that. I don't know. Try something to bring that creativity back, basically, because otherwise, Sony, Sony people, man, they accept a lot of slop. That's all I'm gonna say right there. They accept a lot of slop. I mean,
I've met like one person that likes Horizon Zero Dawn, and it isn't even like their favorite title. Like, yeah, it's all right. I like it.
You know what's crazy is that no one can actually tell me why they really hate Horizon Zero Dawn, other than saying
it looks very average.
Like, I guess like I'll be honest. I enjoy it. It feels like something different to me than because there are very few open world games. I'm not gonna lie. There are very few open world games that actually have my time glued to it. Right? Very few. In the past 5 years. Days Gone did that to me. I played Days Gone from start to finish. It took me 60 hours to beat. I think I played the game for a week or 2 straight. Horizon Forbidden West. I did the same thing. And then I'm like, when I asked somebody how's Horizon Forbidden? How's the Horizon series? Horizon series, it's just a female character with dinosaurs in it.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it? Like, what's the gameplay like? What's the mechanics like? What else are you going to tell me about? Because it sounds like you're just regurgitating what other people are saying without actually fully playing it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because to me, because I could tell you, I can name several other games that probably plays, open world games that play exactly like Horizon.
Yeah,
it's like
it looks okay. Like it looks like I wouldn't be a game that I would play, because I hate bow and arrows. Like, give me a gun or give me a sword. Bow and arrows, no thank you.
It's just because the only thing, I'll admit, when it comes to Horizon, for me, what it really appealed to me was the whole post-apocalyptic, kind of post-apocalyptic. World got fucked. Now you're back to prehistoric times with future mecha dinosaur. I'm like, damn, that's actually kind of cool, in a sense. And to me, I'm a big person when it comes to story and lore. I'm like, if you can get me into your story and your lore, I'm probably going to end up enjoying your game. That's what I think more people have to do that. They have to get themselves diving into this game's lore. Now I am sad that Guerrilla Games is not going to bring back the Killzone series, though. I am sad about that. I mean, I think they shouldn't really focus on.
What's weird to me is that I never really saw a lot of people talk about Killzone either. I like the aesthetic of Killzone. I've never played it. I've never met a person who has played it.
A lot of you got to meet a lot of old heads that played the Killzone series. A lot of old heads, it's just a lot of new age gamers. Yeah, they haven't played a Killzone because the Killzone hasn't had a game since Killzone Shadowfall back in 2014. And even around that time, that game was considered short, and people didn't really accept it like that, And that's why they stifled the Killzone series. That's why we haven't seen one ever again.
Mm-hmm. And it sucks when devs just drop a series completely. Same thing happened for me with StarCraft.
Well, it's not that they dropped the series completely. It's that if people, aka gamers, aren't showing interest in it, what's the point of shelving? This is what I'm talking about. What's the point of shelving millions of dollars into a newer game in order to to bring back a series back alive. You know, they don't want to take that risk. You know, and
what was wrong with the last one? Like, was there a fundamental issue with it?
I think people say it was just like a not a simulator. It was like a showcase, basically. It wasn't more. It was nothing more than just like this. How powerful the PS4 is back then, or something like that. You know, and I think that's from what you have to look it up, but that's from what I read back in the day.
I mean, yeah, I guess at a point it's okay to like shelve a series, especially when like the story is complete. You can always come back to it later. I personally would like to see like the aesthetic of Killzone, just aesthetically, again, because I haven't played the game, but I really kind of like liked all the cutscenes I've seen of it. I want to see that in a popular render. I mean, a more modern render system, you know?
Yeah. So
even then, I can't say necessarily I'd buy it because I don't have a PS5, so I couldn't buy it anyway.
I get that. Jay, as a Sony pony, how do you feel about your limited PS5? How do you feel about your limited edition PS1 sound effect for a limited time?
I know this man to call me a Sony pony. What the fuck?
I don't know, man.
I'm not on Sony's dick. Pause.
Hey, man. A lot of people bought PS5s. That system was a doormat for the first 3 years, bro. I'm just saying.
Listen, okay, because I think I know what you're getting at. Okay, when I saw that limited edition PS5, I'll admit I was excited. I wanted. First thing in my mind was like, okay, let me go get this shit. As soon as I saw that price, I said, nah, man, I'm good, bro.
I mean, it looks.
It ain't worth it.
It's got that nostalgia factor, but
yeah,
it ain't worth
it. I have a PS5 already. This big piece of shit already. I'm not buying another one. No. It looked nice though, but yeah. Like, it ain't worth spending $700-800+ on that shit. Nice.
Yeah, I mean,
digital only too.
No, they have one. No, yes, it is digital only, but you can buy the disc on the side, or what do you call it, the disc drive on the side for extra $80, guys.
Oh, I hate that so much.
And what pisses me off is that Sony is setting the precedent for that shit. And people are buying. I'm like, are y'all fucking stupid, y'all?
There's a convenience factor for it, and I think it's like I really shouldn't buy all my stuff from Amazon.com, but
I do.
It's easy to do that. It's the same thing with digital copies.
Sir, I love their slavery system. I mean, it doesn't bother me.
I love their slavery system.
My brother's part of that slavery system.
As long as I get my PS5 controller the next day, I'm okay with that. I'm not
still late on my new gaming chair for my girlfriend. So
ain't no damn way.
You know, shit. But no, I get it though. It's just like Sony and it's like, look, this is actually another thing where I'll bring up too. It's the whole school topic of physical versus digital games. You know, don't get me wrong. I'm a big physical collector. Physical to me, it brings life. Okay, digital games, it kind of loses my life a little bit, unless it's PC gaming though. PC gaming is a whole different kind of story. But you know, the thing is like, so it's where I'm going with Sony setting the precedent, right? They're setting the precedent that you are not going to own your games within the next couple of years, basically. That's why they're trying to get this whole digital constants now and say, but hey, you still want your physical disc? You know, you can buy this extra add-on. How desperate are you? You know, basically, right? Mm-hmm. And so that's what's starting to. They started that trend. You know, they're starting this trend.
One word. Manipulation.
Yeah.
Well, like you can, they can take, like I've had games taken out of my Steam library, and it's always been like stuff that's under NDA and stuff, so I can't say what it is and stuff. It's like for beta testing. But I still don't appreciate the fact that, like, say if I went and said Ubisoft is run by cucks or something, and someone at Ubisoft happened to be watching my stream, and they're like, I'm going to take away his Assassin's Creed games. What? Like that's the scary thing about licensing.
That's fucked.
Normally, it's if you like pirate, you get busted like pirating or like hacking the game. Like, okay, we can revoke your right to play the game, but
you know,
it's a lot of power.
Where's your physical collection at, Jay? I'm shooting blues at Jay right now. Where's your physical collection at, Mr. Digital Man? Yeah. I'm talking to you, that black man, right?
You see no physical collections anywhere in the background here.
He's already been manipulated. Y'all get him. Get him.
Listen, the way I see it, I feel like physical copies of these video games is going to be yesterday's news, bro. Everything's going to go digital. Sooner or later, everything's going to go digital. Listen,
Like,
they did it with I go to music. What do they start off with music? Cassettes, right? They could start with cassettes. Cassettes turn to CDs. CDs turn to what now? Now you can pretty much stream the shit. Listen, everything's going to go digital.
Man, if anything though, I want a physical copy at least for the limited editions, bro. They're serious.
Okay, for those, yeah, that's one. That's something, yeah. But like,
you know what I mean?
Regular physical copy, nah.
I mean, like, I'm in the situation that I prefer a physical copy all the time, but I also agree with Jay. There's gonna come a time where, like, it just as where the trend is going, I can't stop it from happening. Me buying the physical games, which I do anyway, because I like physical. I like to hold on to it. I like put it up to my nose and like sniff that new game smell. I'm a weirdo.
let me put it this way for y'all. Some of us like our games like we like our women to be able to physically touch them.
Yeah.
Hey, you're right there.
But it's also at the same time, like, you know, I know we're going to hit a point where it's digital only. Look, so it's what it is.
Like one thing that made me go fucking digital, that made me go fucking all physical, like for the most part, right, is that I had an Xbox 360. Not gonna lie, I kind of low-key hacked the Xbox Marketplace many years ago to play the Gears of War 3 multiplayer beta or whatever. How you do that? So you get a USB stick with a profile on there, you stick it in your console, and it's yours basically, right? And so I played the beta, I enjoyed it, and then of course Microsoft did a ban wave. Well, before this point though, I had actually already sold my 360 about 3 to 4 months prior, or sold it or did whatever to. I forgot. I don't know if it broke whatever, right? And I bought a PS3 guy with the PlayStation. I get an email one day. It's like, your account has been banned until 2099 for marketplace theft. I was like, but my Call of Duty DLCs, my other shit on there, it's taken away from me. Basically, yes. And so that's kind of like why I'm like, you know what? This is why I tend to go fucking physical especially when it comes to consoles for the most part. Consoles, physical is a thing for me. PC though, it's a different story, especially when I have Steam as my storefront and GOG or whatever, because GOG, they do their thing basically. You kind of get what I mean.
You don't really have any options when it comes to PC, unfortunately.
Yeah, that is.
I don't
true.
even think they sell physical PC discs anymore.
Not anymore. What used to be back about a couple years back, when I would say a couple years, I mean like I'm gonna say about 7-8 years ago, they used to sell like the physical copies. They used to actually be a lot cheaper than buying them digitally or whatever. And then I bought Common Heroes 2. I bought the Total War series over like hella cheap back then. And versus on Steam they're like, I don't know, $30, but physical they're like $10. I was like, oh, okay, shit, let's go for it. But yeah, man, like gaming is we're in a spot right now, man, especially when it comes to that. Like, I get where Jay's coming from though. I get it's the convenience of it. You don't want to get your fat ass out your chair to go buy a game, Jay.
It's also
even for that though, you should be able to order a physical copy if you want a physical copy.
Yeah. I mean, you can do that on Amazon. That's what I usually do.
That's what I said.
Yeah, we have the power of slave waiver.
That's a damn shame.
Sir, if you want to look at my Amazon account right now, between this year, between me and my sisters, I think we had over like 150 orders, dude. I mean, they've been using it more than I have, but shit, still, man.
Ain't no goddamn way, yo.
So I work third shift, so all of my purchases are on that because I don't get up when I'm sleeping to go to Walmart.
Hey, I don't blame you.
Okay, so we got 2 more topics to go about here before we end off here. Okay, so how do y'all feel about this? Is gonna be a spicy one. Hold on. How do y'all feel about the push towards inclusivity and diverse representation in your video game?
As long as it ain't force-fed or forced in general, I don't give a shit. Do what you want.
Okay. Yeah, if it's not forceful, then yeah.
Okay, I think we're all.
It makes sense in the fucking story.
Yes.
So with that stated, right? My main thing is this all with a lot of this. Like I say, it's like I agree with y'all. As long as it's not forced, I'm cool. It's awesome, amazing. My problem is when you got people. I also people that be out there be like, why don't you create your own game, Blackie, and do XYZ? Okay,
I am.
Black person goes out there and creates their shit. But then when it comes out, you hate on it. It's like, well, this is bullshit.
Yeah, that annoyed me. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I am.
Yeah.
So I mean,
but even then,
the hell I want.
but that's just not the only case. But in general, though, I feel as though
it goes back to that. It's really hard for people to accept new IPs too. So it's like,
I agree.
It's so annoying.
I'm fucking tired of the fucking what's that shit called? Wakanda Forever hairstyle. Called Wakanda Forever hairstyle. I'm fucking tired.
Oh my god, I need to get over that shit.
I'm fucking tired of it, bro.
Get over
it. strong, independent woman.
I don't agree with anything that's overplayed or played out. Honestly, I'm gonna be real with you.
Why do all the strong women have to have like short hair? Why can't they have long hair?
I mean, there's plenty of strong women that don't have short hair.
I'd be facetious.
No, man, boy, hold on. As a man of Spanish descent, do you feel represented with your hairstyles in your video games? I'm being dead ass serious, man.
Wow,
look, bro, it's sorry. I'm not gonna lie. As a black person, I'm tired of the motherfucking Afro cut, the cornrows, and the Caesar cut. Damn it. Okay. Y'all know that we only have those three choices in most games, like NFL Street, NBA Street, whatever sports game out there. We only had three choices, bro. Okay. They recently just started adding different flavors of hairstyle. Okay.
What they should do is they should just let you add the white people hair to the black people, right?
Like something, man. Like shit, dude. My hair curly as hell.
Wait, some games do that, I think, right?
Well, a lot of
options.
games seem to just give you the options for whatever hairstyle. You can put male hair on women and female on men. It's like that's just more options. It's hair. It's a way to express yourself. Why not give them as many options as possible?
Like it's the Afro haircut, man. It's just but no, like dead as though. Yeah, as long as diversity is enforced, it's a great thing. My problem is just the people out there that just sit there and say, "Oh, black person, Spanish person, Asian person, whatever. Go create your own video game. Go find out what it's like. Go find out what it's like." And, and they do that, and they still shit on people for doing that.
That's that's like the anti-woke crowd, and they're just as bad as the woke crowd. Like,
yeah, of course.
If I see a game starring a black dude or a game starring a woman, my thought isn't going to be, "Oh, this game's starring a black guy," or always be like, "How does this game play?" It's like when I saw Stellar Blade, it's like, dude, this gameplay looks cool. I haven't got to play it yet because I don't have a PS5 and I'm waiting for the PC version. But the gameplay looks sick. I want to fucking play it, but all I see people is ogling over her ass and
me and really been saying that since we ain't really been saying that
gameplay.
We've been saying that since
tell me how it works.
We've been saying that since release. I told me really saying it took us 3 months to find that since release, bro. After the fact, bro.
Hey, y'all know that old school saying? Well, Pax and Jay, you want something done right, do it your damn self. That's what's gonna have to happen in that case. Yeah, you got to do it your damn self.
I think the only person who gave me a good review, a review on it was Patrick's here. He finally said that's like it's a decent game, it's a great game. I'm like, thank God, someone said something like shit. No one said anything.
I've wanted to play it and I've wanted to review it. It's not on PC, and I'm not buying a PS5 for one game.
And I'm the same way. Like it's like don't get me I said I'm like look, the reason why I call Celebrate a mid game is because I haven't seen shit about it yet. Other than, again, people like, look, I love me a sexy boomba Asian woman with big tits and ass and shit. I love that shit. Don't get me wrong. But if all you're talking about is just, guys, let me show these panty shots. I can go look at some porn. I got a woman for that. I got to see every really now. I got a woman for that.
Like it's like the people that are talking about it aren't doing themselves any favors for the Gooner allegations. It's like, please just tell me what the gameplay is like. Tell me something like the things you liked about the story. But of course, I think that's mainly because it's Twitter, and Twitter has like the worst type of people on it.
And that's the main thing too. Even the race doesn't matter, sexual whatever orientation doesn't matter. I don't, because a lot of people like to bring up their religion and shit too, and all that. Like, look, as long as I'll put it as an example. Let's say a person is trans and they write the game story, right? I don't care can they write a good coherent story.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if they're gay, straight, whatever, curly hair, blue hair, tan, pink, purple.
That really
Like,
should be the least of the issue. Like you
Yeah.
said, the gameplay should be the main. The gameplay story, that should
story.
be the main things you got to worry about in video games. Like the
if they can-
characters and how they're portrayed and shit. That shouldn't really bother anybody.
Okay, so I got a question.
Go ahead.
If Hitler were to come back from life and create a good video game, would you still play it?
If the game is good,
I'm not trying to get canceled today, but
I just said if the game is good. That's all I said.
Hey, I'll conflict this. I might. I'll give it a chance. I'll give it a chance.
I would give it a chance just because I'd say I played a game made by the Adolf Hitler. But yeah, I honestly, like, I could really care less about who makes the game as long as the game is good. I will say that sometimes if they're assholes online, my hype will go down. But 9 times out of 10, I like to think of it. Look at the art, not the artist.
Because I will say this, because I will say this, I played a lot. I played almost every game that came out towards the late end of this year, and I'm like, a lot of games that I played, let's say example, Patrick started talking about Star Wars Outlaws, I started playing after that big, because I think we were talking about it, and I started playing after that big patch that came out for it, right? Because I know you were talking about the gunplay and stuff a lot, and how you didn't like the gunplay. I don't know how the gunplay was now, like how it was in the past, but like now, right now when I played it, it's kind of, I'm like, this is not too bad.
It's better with the patch. Before the headshots, it took like 5 headshots to kill somebody.
Yeah, and so now, you have to show me some gameplay. I need to look some gameplay from you that like look at it from the past. But like as I'm playing it now, like this is not too bad. I'm like, it is. It's pretty okay. But like what I was basically trying to say is like I played a lot of games towards the end of this year. And like a lot of these games, some of like to me, like I said, if they hit to me, what I mean, if y'all don't know what I mean by hit, if they keep my attention, basically that's what I mean. So if they hit and keep my attention, I stick to it. I finish it out. Again, Metaphor did that to me. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, I play that on and off right now. That's speaking to me, stuff like that. Now there are some games where I'm like, this is not too bad. Like Dragon Age Vilgard, for instance. I only play that game about 30 minutes to an hour at night when I'm going to bed. Basically, it's not that. Again, it's a decent game. I'm not going to go with the whole what every quote warrior is saying or whatever. It's a decent game. I give it a 7. I give it a good 6.5 out of 7 out of 10. And and that's fine. That I think we got to be more accepting of. The writing was in some cases of it is ass. Don't get me wrong, but these are new age writers. Old. It's like I think we talked about this a little bit earlier. Old Bioware is gone. We're gonna bring in these new age writers because we're gonna be getting some slop for the next couple years, maybe. And then once the slop is over, eventually they're gonna get their shit together. And eventually, I hope so.
Yeah,
and we're gonna start getting some decent. We're gonna start getting some decent writing again. Do I miss a lot of the old heads? Yeah, I do.
I can't wait for GTA 6 for that reason alone, because all the old guard from the Rockstar are gone. Yeah. It's completely a new team. I can't wait to see what it's going to be.
I've heard recently today that they got exposed for having like a bunch of like woke writers, but again, it's one of those things where you take it with a grain of salt because it's internet people.
Yeah,
chasing. So
that I don't believe it. I don't believe it until I see it. But all I know is going to be different because really the core people are not there anymore.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that we have to understand too. It's like, yes, we're human beings. Us human beings, we do what? We die, we pass away, things happen, right? And so, yes, the old guard, either because a lot of old guard people, either if they pass away or die or whatnot, but if they're still living, they want to do what? Go to different things and stuff now. Some people don't want to be a game dev all their life, They want to probably write music or they want to probably write stories or something, or write a book or something like that.
Some of them gone to indie studios.
Yeah. And so you have to let room for these new age writers because a lot of new writers these days are going to be what? Probably Zennials. What do you call those kids now? Gen Z, Zennials, Zoomers. Yes, thank you. A lot of them are going to be Zoomers, and we're what? A lot of us are 30 plus in this call right now for the most part. Don't
remind me.
I just recently turned 32.
Damn.
And so, and so it's like we are seeing. We're old guys, put it like that, or old people in general, and like our generation is kind of gone. Don't get me wrong. In that regard, we look for different things nowadays, right? Like I don't have the energy, as an example, to be mad, to be angry about a lot of shit anymore. I'm like, bro, I got life to live right now. You know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make.
The nice thing is that like even if like this like trend of bad writing never goes away, we got all those old games to play.
You know,
no, there's legislation and stuff happening to make that a lot harder. Like they're trying to like stop emulation. Nintendo's being Nintendo. You know, we got those issues. Like I want to play my old games. I don't have my Game Boy Color anymore. You know.
Yeah. And so it's like we gotta like start looking at it from a different. I mean, we don't have to. I mean, again, we can keep the game publishers and developers. We can keep them accountable. You know, that's fine. You know, but we don't need to go out of our way to attack these people. But we can keep them accountable. Make sure that like, yo, remember, we're the customer here. We're the consumer here.
Yeah, you know, I mean, the easy thing is you vote with your wallet by not buying the games.
And that's
again, there's a billion other games to play. Like, I don't have to play Dragon Age. I don't have to play Avowed. I don't have to play games that might not be what I want to play. I got a billion other games on
But
Steam.
You know what really flips me out are the people that be like, I'm going to buy the game so that you don't have to. I'm going to 100% a game that I hate.
I hate people who say that.
That is
titles on YouTube who say that shit. It's like, bro, come on.
I will say that if they're going to talk about a game, I think that if you're going to talk about a game and review a game, you have to at least dedicate time to it to do it. Like my hype for Avowed has gone down since all that stuff was revealed about like the lead artist. Like I really wanted to play Avowed because it looked like pretty interesting, as opposed to like it looked better than the combat in like a Bethesda Elder Scrolls game. And I'm like, that looks interesting. I also like the idea of having a gun and a sword. That's cool. I will say that my hype died, but I can't, as a reviewer, I can't not play the game and then just talk shit about it. I want to play the game, experience the game. If the combat and gameplay is really good, I'm going to say that. If the story sucks, I'm going to say that.
You kind
of have to play the game to actually.
The only caveat from that nerd is like, look, I get that the art director, you know, I've seen that. He said what he said, but he doesn't represent the company as a whole. You know, it's like, look, everybody has their own funky ass opinion.
Well, that's why I'm still getting it. Like, it's just one guy. One guy seems to be a sack of garbage. It's again separating the art from the artist. There's a loser on the team.
That's my thing right there.
Like, I'm still gonna try it. I will say that it's gone down a little bit, but I'm not gonna. It's not gonna make me not get the game. I'm still gonna get it. I'm still going to play it for at least 20 hours, and then I'm still going to release my initial impression video on it.
Yeah,
but I have to I have to play it. I don't want to like load up as a content creator, I'm not going to load up a video and bitch about something that I haven't experienced.
But again, like I said, it's just weird. It's just weird ass energy that you got motherfuckers out there. Man, I'm gonna play the game, guys, because I'm gonna save y'all from this time and effort, man. But I'm 100%.
Those people they're grifting. They're just
ain't no goddamn way, bro.
They're using that. I don't think I would be able to. I can't even 100% games I like. I'll be real with you. Like, I mean, look.
But I know a guy who we recently been talking on Twitter Spaces a lot too. His name is Cheat Code or whatnot, and you know he's like he bought Metaphor Refantastio. He's like, God damn, this game is fucking garbage. I think his job is game reviewing as well. I think I'm not for sure because his thing is to play games all day, basically like that, right? Something like that maybe. He's like, man, I played this game for over 150 hours. This game was garbage, bro. Like this game is like I'm like everyone's like, dude, you're sitting there hating on a game while sitting there beating the entire story. How's that? What are you? Why are you getting mad for? What's going on? You must enjoy it.
I'd have to see what kind of stuff he does. You know, 'cause, like I feel like for an impression, you know, you get a set amount of hours, but like then there's those people that do those whole ass like hour-long retrospectives, and I could see someone playing a game for 150 hours. I don't know why they do something they hate for 150 plus hours, so 100% it. But
and keep this in mind. This dude Cheat Code, by the way, he posts how many games that he's beaten this year. Keep this in mind. And he's beaten about 100 video games this year. Like I said, I think his job is to do game reviews and stuff like that. Like, I mean, he's been like, well, so what he'll do is that he'll play the games, of course, like he said, and then he'll beat these games full and through, and then he'll post like a couple of days later, he'll post like a green dot, red dot review or whatever. and let us. He goes through tells us what he likes about the game, what he dislikes about the game, or whatever. And yeah, like recently he played Dragon Quest 3, the remake or whatnot, right? He gave it a 5 out of 10, and so his whole reasoning was this game is too goddamn grindy for what it is, or whatnot. And a lot of people got pissed off about him about that. It's like it's just I just can't be playing games that I hate, basically.
Yeah, I mean, like, I wouldn't be able to do a full on, like, if it's a long game. I've played like short games that I don't necessarily enjoy. Where it's like, maybe a 10-hour experience, but I could not play through like a Skyrim or I keep going back to Bethesda. I feel like a hater, but like that's a long game that you can play in. If you want like a full-on review, you kind of have to play through it multiple times because of how it's supposed to work, or you're supposed to play multiple times to experience it all. Like easier answer would be like Epic Mickey. You have multiple endings, multiple paths. To get the full experience, you'd have to play it through it multiple times, choosing it. I couldn't do that. I like that game too.
No, I get that. So for the last 5 to 10 minutes of the stream here, I only got one question for y'all before we can go ahead and roll this out. What is your personal game of the year this year that you played? It could be any game that you played this year. Games from the past, games now. What is your personal bet? What's your favorite? What do y'all can answer that?
What's my favorite game of the year?
Yeah. What is your personal game of this year? Like your own personal game of the year that you enjoyed, and kind of gives an idea. Like, should we play that game? Basically,
Kenshi.
That's the game that says Kenshi as in Keni. I mean SHI, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, Kenshi.
Okay.
It's oh my god, I love Kenshi, man.
Hey, you love it? Sell it to me.
Okay. So it pretty much imagine Fallout, but not Fallout at all.
Okay.
So it's a post-apocalyptic. It's a squad RTS RPG mix. It's a very sandboxy game. It's very hard to describe. Basically, you're on the moon of Kenshi, and you play as like a nobody. You have a couple starts. A couple is maybe 7 or 8. And there is no set goal. It's simply to survive on the moon of Kenshi. And how you do that is up to you. Like, you can be a farmer, you can be a wandering merchant, a warrior, a son of Akron or whatever. You can be a slave if you want. There's actually a slave system in the game where if you get beat up by slavers, they'll take you, they'll put you in a slave camp, and the game doesn't end. You're stuck as a slave until you die or you escape. And the beautiful thing about it is you can do both. It's not just one main character. You have a squad. You can recruit people. It's got built-in lore, but it's really up to what you do as the player.
Okay.
It's a buggy mess. I fucking love it. If you're looking for a game and you don't mind jank and graphics that look like they come straight from the year 2010, I would definitely suggest Kenshi. I think Disparity, it would be right up your alley.
All right, yeah, I'll definitely check it out. That's something it sounds like something that is up my alley, honestly.
I love it so
once
much.
You said it's Fallout, but not Fallout, it kind of already took a hold on me.
So, imagine, it's it kind of feels like Fist of the North Star setting. You got, this desert-ass planet, but it's not just one biome. You got, a desert that looks like the Kalahari, then you got, a swamp area. You got a place that looks like, I don't know, apocalyptic Colorado. It's really cool. It's a really interesting game. I will say that if you liked RimWorld, I've heard people say it's similar to RimWorld. I've never played RimWorld, so I can't say jack about that. But it's fun. 10 out of 10 would die from misery again.
All right, check it. I'll definitely check it out. Patrick, what about you? What's your favorite game of this year? What's your personal game of the year?
Favorite game of the year. I liked a lot Like a Dragon, but it's not my favorite in the series. But it's Like a Dragon. It's Yakuza. I love Astrobot, but do I think it's game of the year? Probably not. But pretty much, there's a horror game called Hollow Body that I loved. I played this year. I don't have actually just one. It's
Hey, that's okay. If you have multiple, that's okay. You know,
I love Stellar Blade, and once again, I don't think it deserved to be Game of the Year just because she's beautiful. But the game is great. But it's like games I already played, like Devil May Cry, and but those are great games. I love them. Pretty
How
much.
does it differ from Devil May Cry? Like that's like my biggest interest because I've seen the gameplay. It looks like Devil May Cry, but
It's
doing something
I
different.
feel it's a great mix of Devil May Cry with the Souls like combat. It's a great mix of both. Uh, pretty much sums it. It doesn't really it does nothing new. That's why I don't think it deserves Game of the Year, but it's a very fun game.
okay. You know, it'd be really funny is when that game comes out on PC and they block mod support for it.
Oh, I fucking
I'll be honest with you, that'd be really fucking funny. But
it would be like I don't mod games. Like I'm actually like I'm not big into that whole like sexual appeal stuff in my games. Like it's just I'm not a big fan service dude. Like I can take it and leave it or leave
like
it.
that,
You know?
yeah. I mean, I'm kind of similar. It's like, but I just like, yeah, like I said, I do love enjoy my big boobs, big ass kind of girls and characters stuff. But it's like it's not a big thing for me to have it in the game.
Yeah.
You know,
It's like it's a problem in anime where there's too much of it and it takes away from the overall experience.
I am with Brittley though, is that they do have some type of customization, especially if, like if it's kind of off. I will agree with that. You know, like but yeah, that's just me. But I get that, Patrick's. Jay, what about you, sir? What is your personal favorite game of the year?
Yeah, I had to think because I couldn't remember the games that I played this year, and I had to scroll through to see which ones. Like I know yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm old, guys. Yeah. Anyways, I was just going through it because I know I just recently played the Mario and Luigi game, and then I recently played the Sonic X Shadow Generations, and then there was the one game, and then Final Fantasy VII Rebirth as well. But
you also play Echoes. Don't forget Zelda.
Huh?
Don't forget Zelda.
Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, Echoes of the Kingdom. The Echoes game.
That came out last year.
What, the Zelda game? The new Zelda game? No.
Yeah.
The one with Peach is the main character? No.
Echoes of Wisdom. Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
He forgot about that.
I thought you said about Tears. I'm like, wait, what are you talking about? Yeah, I definitely did play that. Damn, I forgot about that too. Yeah, see, old man brain there. I mean, that was a good game in its own right too. I mean, it wasn't anything spectacular or whatever, but Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown, that came out like early this year, like I think in January. That game was just nonstop fun from start to finish.
You know, it's really
Metroid. Yeah, I know because I know you're going to get to what you're going to get to. But just as far as like the game of the year for me, yeah, it's definitely going to be that because I think I could be wrong, but I think that was like the first Metroidvania style game that that series produced. So, you know, that's just the combat.
Actually, no,
I think the original.
I think the originals were. Yeah,
the originals were. Okay, I never played the original, so that's probably why.
Very old series.
Very old. Yeah. Okay, so that's what it is. Okay, so this is the first for me playing in the Metroidvania style, but I enjoyed the hell out of it.
Yeah, it's really
the puzzles,
sad.
the combats, all that stuff. So yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, it's like what Jay, he knows I'm bringing. It's really sad that the Prince of Persia fans had to come through, with that series.
Yeah. Well, it's also you got to admit it's been years since there's been a Prince of Persia game. Like it only, the fan base is going to dry up eventually.
Yeah,
I know that like probably a lot of them are like, oh, I don't want to play it, but you have to have like the developers and the publishers have to have consistency. Like if they were to release a what's an old game, a Paperboy game next year, a lot of people loved Paperboy back.
I
in the
love
day,
Paperboy.
Game don't like so many people don't even know what that is. You're basically starting a new IP at some points.
Yeah, I get that. And also, Dark Riddler, what about you, sir? What's your personal favorite of the year? Favorite games of the year?
I haven't really technically played any games that came out this year.
Well, it could be any game from the past that you played. Like if it's even new, old. What games have you played this year that you enjoyed?
I mean, every game that I enjoyed, I have a gripe. I'm gonna be honest.
I mean,
Like-
you know,
Like example, Tales of Arise. I'm okay with the game. I'm not okay with this concept where these bosses just have a whole bunch of health because they exist. I'm not okay with that. Like they could have kept the last 5 hours. Like I didn't want my last chapter of a story-based game to be, hey, let's just throw all the last previous bosses that you already beat up in one area and let you just take them all on back to back.
mm-hmm.
Like it was it was a cakewalk. Don't get me wrong, but it was like 2 hours of just repeating the same bosses.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna be honest, great story. Enjoyed the DLC, which is also canon, which is why the only reason why I did it. Let's see. One step from Eden. That's a great game. Little indie game that I actually
tried
enjoyed
that.
playing.
I was really bad at it.
It's actually fun. And like the choices you make like during the whole setup determines like how your last boss is gonna be. So I think that's pretty
It seems
cool.
like it has a pretty high skill floor, and I'm not good at it. But I really like the graphics for it. It's very beautiful.
No, I fully 100% agree with that. Like no joke. It's a great game. Like I would tell anybody to play that. But right now I'm actually playing, if you're a part of the Rubik's Cube family on YouTube, for $2 a month. I said
There you
that.
go.
Don't judge me. Amina Flux. That game just came out. I'm actually enjoying it right now. Like the whole 2-person platformer Metrovania thing, the way they did it and the story that's going in so far with it, I'm actually enjoying it.
Oh, it's a good. I played it a little bit. I love the cutscenes for it. Like,
Oh, definitely.
Oh my god, it reminds me of like the old school American animation we used to have for Saturday morning cartoons back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's so cool, like it's so unique as opposed to everything else. I'm sorry.
Just for the record, I want to acknowledge something. What Anwell just said is an absolute lie. Snowbreak and Nikkei are far superior games, and I'll die on that mountain. Now, shout out to Shift Up and Amazing Games. But anyway, Star Ocean, The Last Hope. That was a very fucking great game. I would recommend that game to anybody. I really enjoyed that game. For it being the first Star Ocean game I played, I enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm.
Dead serious. Star
I've heard
Ocean
good things
is
about
the
that one
shit.
too.
That's what's
Star
up.
Ocean was outright. It was very fair. It was nothing wrong with it. The story went fluid. The story made sense. The gameplay was all right. I have no complaints about Star Ocean. I actually like Star Ocean.
And for me, at least, I mean, it's a couple games, I would say. Songs of Conquest is one of them. If y'all ever played the old school series of Heroes of Might and Magic, that is what you would call a spiritual successor to the Heroes of Might and Magic series. I enjoyed every little bit of that. You know, I think that game gave me through you guys because you see me streaming Discord. That game gave me some hell, but I enjoyed every little bit of it. I beat it though. You know,
Yeah.
Metaphor Refantasio is another great one. That game kept me going, kept me playing it for through and through. This is the Mana is another great JRPG that I enjoyed. I'm almost done beating that game, but I enjoy a little bit of it. There's not a lot of grinding into it, so that's a good thing about this JRPG for the most part. And yeah, those are just my kind of like my top three. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. I mean, it's Dragon Ball. You can't really hate Dragon Ball. And the last but not least is Dragon Quest 3 Remake. I've been loving that game. I'm a big Dragon Quest person, and those are my games so far this year. But back to Vicious Mana, that game. I get that people who are fake Mana fans. By the way, if y'all don't know this, Square Enix contracted the company to create Vicious Mana, and once that game came out, the game was done over with, y'all. Like once they released the game, the company disbanded. Not because Square Enix said snap. It was contracted, So I hope that everybody who bought Vicious Mana kind of showed Square Enix, hey, we still love this series. The series is still a great series because this was the first Mana game in many, many, many years. Mainline game, by the way. And so a lot of people don't know that. They just like the outrage to it though. Like they big Mana fans basically.
That was actually going to be my game of the year until you said that I could choose games from other years. I would have to say Visions of Mana would be my game of the year.
Yeah, it's a great game. My favorite.
It's pretty cluster year. This year had a lot of decent releases and good releases. So
yeah. My favorite character is Cat. Is what's goddamn? I always forget his name. Cat Hair's dude though. You should know what I'm talking about though.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That dude busts out crits like he best character. That's all I'm saying.
Mine is Dragon Girl. I forgot her name.
Karina.
Played it.
Dude, she got something going with that country voice. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I found it weird that they decided to give her a country voice, but I just like her character design a lot.
Yeah, her character design is nice though. But But yeah, those are my choices though. I mean, of course, there's still many more games to play before the end of this year, but those games really got me going, and I enjoyed my time. Honestly, I feel like as though all it is at the end of the day, guys, is just go out there. Test out new games, try different experiences, quit diving yourself into anger, take the hit at one point or another. You can have your criticisms, have your negatives, but like at least put it thoughtfully out there. That's all I'm trying to say here, That's all I'm trying to say. But before we get out here, as you guys know, it's that time. So Patrick, tell us who you are, what you're about, and if you want to post a link to your channel, go ahead and do so. But just in case y'all don't know, Patrick's Twitter is in the description below, so keep that in mind if you want to check him out. Go ahead, Patrick.
I'm Patrick. I talk about games and movies and mostly older stuff, but I do newer games as well. I live stream on YouTube pretty much often when I'm not working.
That's what's up. This is up. All right, and also, Mr. Sables J, tell us who you are, what you're about, and what do you like to do. And post if you want to post a channel link, go ahead and do so in the chat below.
Yeah. So again, my name is Sables J for short, and I'm old. And yeah. So what you get from my channel is Pokemon content, variety games. So I'm heavily into the variety stuff right now because Pokemon is kind of dry at the moment. So if you enjoy Pokemon and variety stuff, definitely stop by my YouTube channel or Twitch, whichever you prefer.
Jay's pipes are dry too. Don't keep that in mind.
Hey, yo.
Wow.
What?
They both.
Wow. Y'all wild up in there, man.
All right. I think Nerd is AFK for the moment.
I'm back. Sorry, my girlfriend
Nerd,
was yelling at me.
No, that's fine. Nerd, tell us who you are, what you're about, what do you like to do, sir?
My name is Nihilistic Nerd. I play games and stream them poorly. I also make YouTube video reviews for video games. They're quality content.
Wow.
I mean, Nerd does make some. No, one thing that's unique from Nerd here, y'all, is that he does. I watch his reviews more than anybody else because he actually puts a lot of effort in his shit. Versus like a lot of other people who just say, well, this game is here, guys. This is it. That's what it is. XYZ, what's going on next? He actually puts a lot of creativity, like put some skits in there, does a lot of that shit. That's pretty cool. I like that. So definitely check that out. I'm being that.
You guys want a hint on the next video?
Go ahead.
I can tell you what I'm going to review.
Go ahead.
Well, actually, upcoming. I don't know when it's going to review because I just recently got a friend to do editing for me, but I'm going to do a Christmas video, and then I'm going to review the Dokimon Quest game, which is a Pokemon-styled game.
Okay.
I don't know when the hell I'm going to get it out. I've been so busy with, sleeping.
No, I get that for sure.
It's winter. I live in Wisconsin, and I have severe depression. Getting stuff done is not easy right now.
Wow.
Hey, sorry to laugh on your depression, bro.
No. That's how I cope with it.
Dark Gorilla, tell us who you are, what you're about, and what do you like to do?
I don't like to do shit. What are you talking about, man? I'm just an old man. Nah. But I am the CMO of Software Zero Labs, which we are, as I said earlier, making a mech game currently from Mission Elements. We also actually have a tabletop game with that game as well, like I was telling Nerd in confidence. But I am a story and adult-based content creator as well as a voice actor. I voice my opinion if and when I feel the need to. I don't do many podcasts because I just don't. I feel like a lot of podcasts are not really podcasts. They're just a trash session with a whole bunch of people involved in it. You can debate me all you want on that, and I can show you otherwise. But all the same, though, when I'm live and doing my thing, we are playing games and everything else. And well, I am not a Genshin singer. We are playing multiple story-based games. We have talks over several questions and comments that I do receive and things of that nature. So be sure to not follow me. Be sure to hate me, in fact. And also, don't forget to hit like, comment, or subscribe on this channel here. Just that
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. And
one more thing.
Go ahead.
Quick achievement. I actually hit 10 new members on my channel. So that's an achievement that I
let's go.
got.
Let's go. For me, you guys, my name is Disparity, or you can call me Disparity RTS, TBS, and RPGs. Here at my channel, I do love to do, as you guys know, I do this podcast. It's called the ServoCast podcast, which is showcase the positives and also the negatives in gaming in a concise kind of way, because, you know, there's too much negativity going on within the gaming space where people are just angry and not explaining why they're angry in a good manner, I guess you could say. But that's why I created this podcast here. But also at my channel, like I stated, I like to play a lot of turn-based strategy games. That's what I love to do. I love to play a lot of RPGs, whether JRPGs or Western RPGs, turn-based, stuff like that. And also, RTS games. I love me some strategy games. I've been playing this game called Diplomacy Is Not an Option for the past month, and that game is fucking fun. It's addicting. I love everything about it. And hell, Manboy joined my stream yesterday. It was like Disparity. I was multi-streaming on Twitch and YouTube, right? He was trying to talk to me on Twitch, and he was like, "Damn, bro, you really hate Twitch, bro." I said, "Oh shit, you was talking on Twitch?" And he goes to my YouTube side. I was like, "Yo, I'm here." I'm like, "Oh," and I was like, "Nah, it's not the case. It's just this game is just that good." It's rare that games again can keep my attention like that. Here at my channel, to kind of similar to Ridley here, I actually had 2 goals this month, or not. I'm sorry, not this month, this year for my YouTube channel. My first goal was to try to average, not on my Let's Play videos, but to try to average 100 views plus on my A tier list videos. So if you were to go to my channel and look up, if you're new to this channel, check out the stuff. That's what I consider my A tier list videos. I've been averaging 100 views across the board on those. So that's my goal number 1 that I've been hitting. Goal number 2 is I recently hit over 1,450 subscribers. And I've been stating that for the past year that's my goal, because I started this year at about 1,250 subscribers. And now I'm at 1,450. So it's been a long ride. And so next year, towards the end of this month, I will be giving out plans and ideas on what I'm going to be doing on my channel for next year. And so not like a New Year's resolution, but it's going to be some minuscule, small changes to kind of, differentiate things on the channel. But other than that, you guys, thank you guys to all my special guests here. Thank you to Works for Tips. Thank you to Patrick's. Thank you to Nihilistic Nerd. Thank you to Stay With Jay. Thank you to Riddler.
Can I make one comment about something?
No, go ahead.
That I've seen real quick.
Go ahead.
It's that I sat there and I read it, and I want to say something about that real quick because I got an opinion about that. And I really don't care because I feel like it's a lot of hypocrisy going on regarding it. Mm-hmm. Look here, a death threat is a death threat. Joking not. If you turn that shit into the authorities, they're not going to look at it as a threat. I can sit here right now and say, "Hey, XYZ person, I'm going to kill you the next time I see you." Can you really determine if I'm being serious or not when I say that? No. Can somebody who does not know me determine if I'm being serious or not? No. So keep that in mind the next time y'all want to throw out definition of words and stuff like that. Because you're wrong. A death threat is a death threat, joke or not, in the eyes of the law. Mm-hmm. You can get mad about it all you want. You want to see me about it? Come find me. I'm not hard to find. If you feel some type of way about it, come find me. I'm not hard to find.
I get that.
That's it.
That's it. So once again, thank you guys for joining. If y'all ever wanted to come back and be on the podcast again, let me know. I try to have this podcast at least once or twice a month. So y'all want to come in here and talk about things. I'll let you guys, again, this format, let you guys know the topics that we're going to be doing. But if you guys want to be a future guest on this podcast, let me know, because I usually have a list of people that I write down and they want to be part of this group. I ask all the people, by the way, if they all want to be joining us about 2 weeks prior, 2-3 weeks prior, and get everything organized and format and stuff. But again, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for your support and all that you guys do. Oh, that you guys have a good rest of your night. Peace out, much love, and have a good one, y'all. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like and also hit the bell notification down below. Thanks for watching.